Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today I'm going to be looking at Old School Gamer magazine. My good friend Patrick Hickey Jr. actually connected me with the publisher of this magazine because he said that they were looking to kind of spread the word to the kind of people that would be interested in this material. Now, I have a little bit of background with this because one of their online writers, Todd Friedman, connected with me a few months ago, and he wanted to do like some little bit about my show. So I sent him some. He sent me some questions, and he created a page, and it was pretty cool. I mean, I was quite honored to be able to be on the website, and so I'll leave a link below if you want to check that article out. It's pretty cool. Mostly just me answering some questions, but I mean, hey, it was pretty cool being in there. Patrick Hickey Jr., who connected with me, he's the author of The Minds Behind the Games, which is an awesome book itself. He wrote it, he communicated, he basically talked to a lot of the game developers out there, the guys who actually built the games, the classic video games, and got their take on the story. And so, and I actually did a live chat with him a long time ago as well. I think that was before he actually started getting them on the shelves. We had a live chat. So yeah, he wanted to connect me with Ryan Berger, who is the guy who is the publisher of this magazine. So he thought, well, hey, we could do an interview, but first let me send you the magazine so you could check it out. And I'm like, hey, yeah, sure, I'd love to check out. I mean, I was looking at the online, but I mean, I'd love to see the physical book. And so he sent it to me, and it's kind of cool because I actually just got this today, and today's my birthday, so felt like an extra present in the mail. Pretty cool. And it's even, you know, the issue is the same month as my birthday, so that's even more cool. But here it is, the Old School Gamer magazine. Now right away you can see that this is really well done. I mean, it's nice texture. It's not the cheap paper. It's actually nice high gloss paper. The graphics on there look amazing. Obviously this was like an illustration done by somebody. This is not the original, you know. You can make out who it is though. I mean, you got Donkey Kong and Pac-Man and Q*bert, and you got the kangaroo dude and the Joust. Not 100% sure on this guy. Is this, who is this guy? I'm sure somebody out there will know who he is. You can probably throw that in a link below, on the comment section below. I'm drawing a blank on that guy. I don't know if it's like I don't know. He's kind of like a spacesuit. Anyways, I mean, it's a pretty cool magazine. Now, I was looking online about, you know, what's up with this magazine, because I don't see too many in the stores. Like, I know I look in stores. I always look for these type of things. You don't see them too often. I mean, the internet kind of made a lot of magazines obsolete. And what they did was they literally looked at all the other kinds of magazines out there, and for the last 10 years a lot of them would come and go. They would barely get 12 issues out, and but somehow in the UK there's the Retro Gamer magazine, which is doing really well. In fact, even in Canada I've seen those on the shelves in like the big bookstores, like you know, Indigo is a big bookstore here anyways, and I've seen them there. But I mean, they're not cheap either. I mean, you got to pay for them because they're bringing them in from the UK. So it's kind of neat to be able to see something like this. This is like, you know, North American, and it's different the way they're doing it. Like, it's obviously not sold in every bookstore or every you know, everywhere you go. So there's certain stores, certain gaming stores that'll probably carry it. But also online, there's a way to actually purchase it too, through their website, which you'll see in the link below. They do it through like Patreon. They have tiers. I think it's like $5.95 or something like that for a tier, and they got different options. But it's best if you check it out. But anyways, yeah. So it's just like going through it, and I mean, this is cool seeing this in there. I've heard of this before, but this is something that would really interest a lot of gamers out there, a lot of retro gamers. This company is like, they essentially, you give a subscription, and they send you a box of games every month. So it's pretty cool. Definitely something that is good for all retro gamers to learn about. But yeah, I mean, full color all the way. I mean, that's just amazing. You know, and I've you know, I've been in this type of industry where I've created a lot of publication stuff, and I know how expensive it is, especially to keep something like this going. I know what they're going to go through. So it's amazing that they were able to pull off this high quality, nice paper, and I know this is not cheap. It's down here where they actually talk about the editorial there. There's the publisher, Ryan Berger, which I was just talking about. There's a bunch of other people in here. Editorial board, Billy Mitchell and Walter Day. Really? Like the Billy Mitchell and Walter Day? That's impressive. If you don't know who I'm talking about, Billy Mitchell's the guy from the whole Donkey Kong high score. He's the Pac-Man high score. There was recently a whole thing about his scandal. They accused him of cheating. Very big in the video game industry. So, and Walter Day was the guy behind the Twin Galaxies scoreboards, who, you know, that pretty much just created the standard for high scores in video games. But anyways, yeah, moving on. So they do, like, you know, Comic-Con type things. Almost everything that you're going to want in a in a gaming magazine. When I was flipping through this when I first got it, I was kind of impressed at some of the articles they're talking about, like the Super Mario Brothers movie. Like, who remembers that? That's awesome. It was one of those movies where it like literally came out and people didn't know what to think of it. But I think today people kind of respect it a little bit more than probably when it first came out, and there was a little bit of disappointment. This section looked cool. There's a whole thing on Tron. If you're into classic video games, you know what Tron is. Tron is just cool. There's a little bit of a lot of art, like question answer stuff, which is good. Actually getting in there. This I thought was cool. Looks like you get a poster. I'm just going to open it up. I think it's the cover. Looks like the cover. There we are. Old school. Definitely an awesome poster there. And I guess they're talking about International Galaxy's International Video Game Hall of Fame. That's neat. They got some good guests going on there. I mean, David Crane, the designer behind Pitfall and Dragster, a lot of like classic Atari titles. But yeah, that's a pretty cool poster you get, like full color too. Here's some other stuff here. You know, they talk about Rampage. So they really get into a lot of the classic games, the games that I love, the games that any of these, I mean, even on their website, they're talking about if you're into the old arcades, if you're into the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, this is actually, you know, got a lot of great stuff in here. Now, this kind of caught my attention, too. I don't think this was intentional, either. But they're talking about, like, Bill Cosby, or the Fat Albert. And it's not about Bill Cosby in the bad way, even though this is, like, literally the other day he just got sentenced. So it's funny that that's in the media at the same time. But obviously this is unrelated. This is about Fat Albert. I guess there was a whole thing about them playing video games. Lots of great merchandise too. That's another thing that, you know, we want to see this type of stuff. This is what we want to see when we go through these magazines. We want to see the kind of stuff that's out there. Sure, you could say it's on the internet, but when you're on the internet, there's so many billions of pages out there. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. There it is again. They're talking about more TV references. It's cool that they kind of blend in some of the pop culture in there. And they're talking about Different Strokes, which was a TV show back in the day, I guess, when they were playing arcades on the Different Strokes show. Now, there's another thing that caught my eye. They did an article about the Intellivision in here, Intellivision entertainment. And one of the things I kind of, when I was reading up on online about Ryan Berger, was that much like me, much like Tommy Tallarico there, he grew up with the Intellivision. So that right there is scoring a lot of points in my book. All the way up to his Sega Genesis, which I eventually had too. But yeah, he was. Here's an article about Tommy Tallarico and his the video games live thing that he does. Tommy Tallarico recently bought Intellivision, so I also did a live chat with him. which was really cool, really awesome to speak to that guy, who's now the current president of Intellivision. And of course, there's a little bit of an article in there on it, a lot of Q&A about the what he's doing and how his video game lives is. So it's really cool to see that in this book. I haven't read the article yet. I'm definitely going to read it. So, and see what if there's anything in there I don't already know. And another thing that I thought was pretty cool was they're talking about Pac-Man Fever, which was a record that came out a long time ago, which had like songs on it related to video gaming. I think it was one of the first. I'm not going to say it was the first because I don't know that for sure. There might have been some other ones, but it was one of the first to come out of music, like an album dedicated to the arcade and Pac-Man songs. There actually was a song on there called Pac-Man Fever. Pretty interesting. Again, some more ads on some video gaming stores, which we all need to learn about because that's where you find the gems. Like, sure, you can go to eBay, but everybody's gouging on eBay. This is kind of neat too. Talking about the Happy Meal toys. We all know that. I mean, Burger King, McDonald's, they've jumped on a lot of the video game franchises, and we're selling a lot of stuff related to it. I think even down here there's like a scratch ticket from McDonald's. Kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, this magazine has a lot of great stuff in it. Talking about a museum here. That's something I wish we had where I live, a museum. I'd love to see stuff like that. I know there's a few people talking about it. I know John Hancock, the immortal John Hancock, wants to one day open a museum with all his stuff. So, and there was also somebody here in Canada, in Cornwall. He was trying to build a museum, but he ran into some red tape, which is unfortunate. They're almost considering him like a, I don't know, like a bar or a gambling establishment or something. It's kind of weird, like the red tape. But here's some cool things too. Some, inspirational designs and things you can hang up. A lot of great stuff in here. Really great magazine so far. And I'm just going to flip through because there was another one that I wanted to talk about. Oh, there's some, even the SNES. So it's not just for the really, really old school stuff. It's also, unless you want to call SNES old school, I guess, you can go ahead. To me, it's not old school. It's not old enough. But let's see here. Here's another one that caught my eye. Now, they did a little article about Stacy Burns, who is, he's got a pretty big collection, and I actually did a video with him as well. I mean, a lot of people in this book I've dealt with, or I've had like communications with, or I've done videos with, so it's pretty cool. Pretty close, tight-knit community. But he actually runs the Facebook group Console Purist. And you can join that group, and there's a lot of awesome people on that group. I mean, one of the things that they really strive for in that group is to not have anybody talk smack about anything. You can have your opinions, but keep the the flame talking and the being a jerk. Like, essentially, he moderates the group to make sure that everybody stays cool, everybody appreciates one another, and just keeps talking about the good stuff, video games. So, real cool guy. So there's an article in there on him. Again, I could leave a link below to the video I did where I showcase his collection. It's actually currently, I think, one of my highest amount of hits for any of my videos to check out his collection. But let's just move on. I mean, there's a lot of different articles in here. There's so much information in this book. It's pretty impressive. And then even at the end, they do like price charting, which, this reminded me of when, a while ago when I used to play cards and I used to buy, I used to play Magic the Gathering, and I used to buy like the books and always check the pricing, the old school way of checking pricing. I'm sure people still do that for hockey cards and stuff, but this is for like the CDI, TurboGrafx 16, and Vectrex. Vectrex. I mean, that's insane. Price charting on the Vectrex. If you don't know what that is, that's a pretty old system. And then they give you a map at the end of where you can find these books across North America. So, I mean, there's a lot of great stuff in here. I was really impressed by this. I really like the cover. It's a really cool piece. I was even looking online at some of the previous covers, and there was a few that I almost want to just get my hands on them. Like, there was a Donkey Kong one, dedicated Donkey Kong one. There was just a Pac-Man one. A lot of great covers on there as well. Anyways, yeah, so I just wanted to show this off because I thought it was cool. And I think that people do need to learn a little bit more about this and help spread the word. It's a cool magazine. You can get a subscription online for free. So if you want to just see it, read it online, you can do that. You can go to their website and it's free. Or you can get the physical copy with the poster, which I had here. And they have a couple of different ways of doing that. So check them out. I mean, but yeah, I'm definitely interested in potentially having a chat with Ryan Berger, the guy who published this book. And we're going to try and set up a time. I don't know when. Hopefully within the next month or two. I know it's getting late in the year, so we're heading into the Christmas season in a couple of months. So it does get hectic around here. So hopefully we can actually score up some time. I just want to thank Patrick Hickey Jr. again for connecting me. And I'd like to thank Ryan Berger for sending this out. This is awesome. I really enjoyed this. And I'm definitely going to give it a good read. And I look forward to hopefully having a chat one day. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Hope you learned something. Check out the websites. Check out some of the links I got below. A lot of great people. If you're into the classic retro gaming community, you're going to love this. You're going to love the website. And you're going to learn a lot. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.